Nothing like a good reaction in the morning, am I right? Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Reactions.
I'm Rick.
And you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter for more juicy content. Thanks on Patreon. Follow, subscribe if you haven't the like button. And today, we are here because a new massive teaser is about to drop. And so I guess they were waiting. After PS1, I was like, and Vikram, I was like, I don't know what other big films we got waiting for us. It's this one. But it's not till January.
It's
So
this one.
it's like the week before Pathan. It's dropping. But it's I believe it's a Hindi film, but it's apparently costed 500 crores. So it's like, I think India is just now spending a ton of money on
Ton of money.
films,
Yeah.
which is cool. Because all the ones so far, I believe, have mostly paid off. But it's called Adipurush.
Sure.
How did you say that?
Yeah, I would think it was close enough. Adipurush.
And it's starring Prabhas, Saif Ali Khan, and Kriti Sanon. And it's directed by Raut, who is the director of Tahanji. So this man apparently knows. Obviously, we saw Tahanji. It was actually really early. I think it was the first year. It was one of the bigger films we saw in India. I think it was towards the back end of the first year. But we
Yeah.
really enjoyed that film. Outside of the CGI was a little lacking, but
Yeah.
we enjoyed the film as a whole. I do believe.
Yeah, we did.
But this is supposed to be a really really massive film. So I'd hope if this costs 500 crores, it's not gonna have the same CGI issues. I don't know how much Tahanji costed.
I don't know how much that cost
I
either,
don't
but
think it
yeah,
was
and, and,
500
and
crores.
no, and if I did my math, I think that's about $65 million, which is insane for
A big massive,
that's
but a
a big,
blockbuster.
yeah, it
Yeah,
really is.
because of something like that, it would be like 200, 300 million for a Marvel film or something like that.
Yeah, producer would be like, "Oh, you want to make a Marvel level film for 65 mil? Let me get my checkbook."
um,
Oh,
what?
countdown.
I did it? Mine's not counting down. Oh, there it is. Ah,
Yeah.
turn the sound down. Anyways, we're gonna wait for the premiere here, so there might be a cut. I
Yeah.
apologize because we're gonna make sure it actually has subtitles. Uh, because sometimes the premieres don't, and then it loads again, and then it does. So if you see a cut, that's why. So we got 5 seconds. Hopefully, it actually has subs for the premiere. If not, we're just gonna pause it.
धस जाए ये धरती या चटक जाए आकाश
Whoa,
Wow.
न्याय के
the
हाथों होकर
Dementors.
रहेगा न्याय का सर्वनाश
Oh, looking good, Sartosh. Holy hell! What the?
आ रहा हूं मैं आ रहा हूं न्याय के दो पैरों से अन्याय के 10 सर कुचलने आ रहा हूं अधर्म का विध्वंस करने
Okay, so it looks like they're doing another Hindu mythology kind of thing, like
Hmm.
superhero Hindu. Like I think that's going to be the new trend, a little bit. It looks absolutely massive and epic. The CGI wasn't great. In
No,
terms of,
it,
like, you could definitely
yeah,
tell it was CGI.
yeah. It's so much so that my suspicion is it's intentionally stylized.
You think so?
Yeah, like I'm wondering if this happens in two different realms, and one of the realms is represented with the stylization we saw with the CGI rather than it trying to project realism with its computer generated imagery. I'm wondering it's either that or they're going to just really do a lot in post. But I think so much of it was clearly
Yeah.
that.
There's no way they could finish
No,
all that in 4 months.
no. So I
So
think I think they're going for that kind of look with an intentionality.
yeah, it looked like it was going to be like this massive, like, Hindu mythology kind of, and I apologize if that's not the correct word, but war epic.
Yeah.
Um, and which it looked intense. It looked like it was going to be um, the like a really big film. But yeah, the like the visual, like what we saw in Brahmahastra teasers, we were like, ooh, this the VFX looks really really cool. I'm wondering if, like, in this day and age, if people are going to accept something that's not realism level of CGI.
I think they will if it's
Yeah,
explained.
yeah.
I
Especially
was going to
something a
say
film that relies so heavily, it looks like, on VFX.
exactly, and that's why I think because the imagery of that was Kriti and Prabhas, wasn't it, when she was on the swing?
Yeah,
Yeah, and that looked flawlessly beautiful.
yeah,
As did the moment when we had Saif's reveal, which he looked freaking
yeah,
epic.
yeah. He looked cool.
Uh, I suspect we're going to get an explanation in the film with this being intentional because I can't believe they were trying for realism with this. This is very intentionally
Yeah, it's
made as a style.
yeah, it's it was because when they came up, I was like, oh, those the dragon looked incredibly computer generated.
Yeah,
Like
most of
when
the
it,
creatures did.
yeah,
Yeah,
looked
even the
incredibly.
people.
Um, it, in the beginning, it looked like there was Dementors too, coming for Harry Potter.
Yeah, but
Uh,
my suspicion is there may even be imagery from literary connections that people have maybe from childhood and it looks like for example if someone was unfamiliar with Speed Racer and they made a movie about Speed Racer and they thought it was going to be a real movie but they stylized it to make it look like the original cartoon, you and I would know exactly what they were trying to do.
yeah, that's true.
So I'm
Um,
thinking maybe that's what this is.
and who know, obviously there's 4 months, I guess, right now, but in between now and release, and they usually I know for a fact that they were doing touch ups and cleanups on Brahmastra the week before
Oh yeah.
it came out, and so, like, obviously I'm assuming some of this is not done, but that's a lot to, like, you're not going to see something so drastic from what you just saw in all the film, because it looks like this film is like probably like 80% CGI. It looked like there was just a lot of computer
Yeah.
generated graphics in the war scene.
Yeah,
Oh, did you notice it was Saif on that dragon bat thing?
I did.
Okay, I was just looking at it might actually be a big bat. I'm looking at it right now. It might be a big bat. Um,
I love bats, so that's fine with me.
but yeah, I didn't notice it was him because I was just looking. But and then he had it was computer generated. He had the 7 heads. So obviously he was representing that the I forget the name of the god, but the god with the I don't know if it's 7 heads. I apologize. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 heads.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was just gonna say. I think it's 10.
And some, like, the parts that were the most jarring were the ones that, like, when you see all the creatures,
Yeah,
that's when you could definitely tell it was a computer generated graphic. Other than
yeah.
that, when Creed came on, it looked like really really pretty. It looked really really beautiful,
Hmm.
and it's super interesting. I love that. Like, if these are successful, obviously Brahmastra was successful, and they're making more. And if these, like, India has so many gods, right? There's like millions, right? Billions of
Yeah,
gods
it's
in
countless.
Hindu mythology. You can make so many films or stories out of and they're probably already there, right? of your own superhero genre
Sure.
of films about your Hindu mythology, and obviously they're doing that with Brahmahastra. And if this is successful, I bet it's going to keep going, and people are going to continue to push. It's just you said it was 85 mil or 65 mil.
Like about 65 mil.
Yeah, this film would be 200 to 300 million dollars in Hollywood,
Yeah.
and just if you made this exact film in Hollywood, because
Yeah.
it takes that much money to make realistic VFX. So even though 500 crores in India is probably one of the most, or if not the most, they've ever spent on a film,
Hmm.
it's still not enough to make a film that has this much CGI look realistic.
Yeah.
It's so
Again, yeah,
it.
I think it's
You think it's
intentional.
intentional?
Yeah, I do. I think it's intentional to have a stylization like that, and it's going to harken back potentially to somebody to people when they were kids. And I also haven't mentioned this, but I love seeing Prabhas with Saif and seeing this blend of
Hindi,
industries.
South industries.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
I would imagine and hope that all of the Telugu fans that love Prabhas so much, and all the South fans, they don't even have to be Telugu,
yeah,
are that this could be a potential juggernaut that is a celebration of both the Hindi and Telugu industries.
yeah. I hope so too. And I overall I thought the trailer was really cool, and I
Me
thought
too.
I liked the concept of it. It's just yeah, the we'll have to wait and see. Because you never want a film that has primarily VFX to have the VFX be distracting. Um, so that would be my biggest concern right now is that if 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 it's not intentional, if it's not done purposely, and you just kind of always notice that these are less than great CGI, then
Yeah,
you could just be really distracted. Because Tahanji,
yeah.
there was moments that the you could obviously tell the CGI wasn't great, but it wasn't a CGI incredibly heavy story like this one is. Um,
True. Yeah,
uh,
and yeah, I agree with you. If it turns out that this is an attempt at realism,
yeah,
that was awful.
yeah. So
That's why I don't think it is.
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
You guys can let us know what you thought about the trailer, what you thought about the VFX, anything else we need to know about this story, because obviously all I know is what I've just been told in my group chat and what I just saw. Other than that, I don't know. But you guys can let us know what you thought about this and what else we need to know down below.